The Sun Rises from the West.
Sun Rises from the West.
From the West, right, by Farid Kabatini.
Okay.
And he's very much into numerology.
Okay.
Numerology from the point of the Qu'ran.
Okay.
Right, and he actually highlights in his book the number 19, the numeral 19.
Oh, okay.
And how that is also the Surah Maryam as well.
Okay.
And how she brings the enlightenment. So we are actually in an era where we actually are now, we can see the consequences, or we're experiencing, the world is experiencing the consequences of our ignorance.
Yeah.
Where Maryam and Eesa, they are actually the enlightenment. They are bringing the light.
Indeed, yeah. It's interesting because the world, the Jahil of the world is in such contrast to what they represent and how they look. So like you were mentioning that women are not even mature in their 60s, and then we just mentioned that Maryam alayhi salam, even in her youth, was incredibly mature. She was spiritually mature because of the focus and that connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then also how people are struggling to find to get themselves into marriages because they haven't cultivated that within themselves, and marriage tests that. So absolutely. Like in the old days, I think there was a very traditional, superficial kind of, well, you must just be a virgin until you're married.
Yes.
And then that's it. But there was no like consciousness about it. There was no explanation as to how cultivating a virgin consciousness, how learning to be by yourself and keeping to yourself and having that contentment, having that inner peace and sabr and tranquility of self-partnering, then you use that for your marriage. That energy then helps to sustain your marriage.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is what's lacking, because today we see women on Instagram, trying to get their likes, trying to get their validation. Maryam alayhi salam would have done the complete opposite. She would have been in hiding. She wouldn't be like taking pictures of herself and, some of us use it like, as I find in business, it's very difficult to not do that. If you're like a real estate agent, it's very hard to promote yourself and market yourself if you're not taking a picture. So I find it a lot easier if I want to like get people to click on a video or anything. Everybody uses their face. Everybody puts their face in their thumbnail of YouTube. It's just the done thing, whether you're male or female, good looking, not good looking, everybody uses their face in the thumbnail. Maryam alayhi salam, like she's in her mihrab, she's behind the screen, she's not interested, and yet it's amazing how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has drawn her out, or her reputation, her popularity, and this great like love and reference. And for me, Maryam alayhi salam is like the biggest influencer for me. Like no one, I mean, like I, even in this kitchen, I actually got a green light bulb doing research. It's so weird, like doing research, like all my spec boom, like doing the mud mask, all these weird random little things. Because I learned through the science and I learned through the creation, but it's through the story of Maryam and Eesa, peace be upon him, that I find out all these interesting things that I then incorporate into my lifestyle. These little, it might seem quirky, but it's like healthy, beneficial things that I incorporate into my lifestyle through the research. So she has been, for me, even though she's in hiding and like nowhere near Instagram or being the type of person, no one has influenced me more than Maryam alayhi salam.
Absolutely. Yeah. And also where I find you spoke about in your introduction to the fruits out of season.
Yeah.
Right? And that being seen as rizq. How do we view rizq today?
Yeah.
Rizq doesn't only mean wealth, or Allah Ta'ala grants us really physical wealth or banknotes in the bank.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, my understanding is rizq also means contentment.
Yeah.
I'm contented to what God has given me, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted me. So she was very much at peace and contented to her space that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given her, but also protecting her from the type of society that she was born in.
Yeah. The type of society that withholds wealth. It withholds wealth from the people. That's why one of the miracles of Eesa alayhi salam is that he was able to tell people, like, well, this is what you ate, this is what you've got in your home. Like, besides the healing, he's telling the people what they have, what they're withholding from society. And this is why you find in the backdrop of the two that, women were... I think we must save this part for when we sit down together.
Okay.
Yeah, but like women were basically struggling, and there was that fitna, that temptation to compromise themselves. And then she, in contrast to that, shows that if you connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, anything is possible, inshallah.
Yeah, that's really